What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news, some more new news concerning Tyson Fury, Oleksandr Usyk. Here's the latest update. Deadlines, and deadlines. Fury Usyk. The WBA issues April 1st deadline to receive signed contracts before title consolidation clash is ordered. A deadline of April Fool's Day is now in the place for Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk to put pen to paper for their proposed undisputed heavyweight fight. World Boxing Association President Gilberto Jesus Mendoza declared on Sunday that a title consolidation bout is in store if the pair of unbeaten heavyweights can't bring closure to their months-long negotiations. Fury and Usyk managed to stall the sanctioning bodies after submitting in writing that both sides agreed to a purse split for their proposed championship showdown, but we once again pressed with a ticking clock to actually deliver the fight. The WBA, quote, the WBA deadline to receive signed bouts contract is April 1st, Mendoza announced Sunday morning. Otherwise, the mandatory negotiations will be ordered for Usyk. And we know that that's Daniel Dubois, which is 19-1 with 18 KOs. He is the WBA regular heavyweight titleist, and he will be ordered to face, in the absence of full unification bout with Fury. Usyk holds the WBA super heavyweight title along with the IBF and the WBO belts, with the mandatory title defense attached to all three belts. And let me counterpunch. You guys do know that this is the second deadline, one placed on Oleksandr Usyk because he pretty much created his own standard, and second, the WBA themselves, because that would be the guy that comes after Usyk, because he has a job to do if this fight is not going to take place for all the belts in the kit and caboodle. Okay? So, day after April 1st. Oleksandr Usyk, I don't know what his deadline is, but I guess it should be around the same. And I think one pretty much washes the other, because if the WBA has already set a deadline, there's no reason for Oleksandr Usyk to set one, because it would happen automatically anyway. You know, the deadline being set by the WBA pretty much enforces the deadline for Oleksandr Usyk, because he knew and he knows what he has to do. He has to fight these other guys, or he has to fight the guys that are mandatory and that deserve the challenge. If Tyson Fury does not want to take this challenge, if he does not want to sign, we will know, because he will take his sweet time doing whatever training that he claims to be training, bringing in Josh Taylor and shadow boxing with Joseph Parker and lifting bitch weights and what all that. You know what I mean? And it just shows you, yeah, you're working out, but you're not working out for Usyk if you never signed the contract, so you had no intention on fighting Usyk. The shit that he's doing is possibly for someone else. Okay? So we don't know who that will be, because the funny thing is, we hear about the IBF, we hear about the WBA, we heard about the WBO. We have all these guys now coming and pushing and knocking on Usyk's door, where the hell is Tyson Fury's mandatory? Counterpunch. You know, that's been almost over a year now, right, since he's beat Dillian White. So nobody has signed anything for anything, but go figure, it's the WBC. So this just adds more pressure, and it also just shows you how serious that everybody is, and how everyone has a piece of interest in this fight, because it concerns everybody. Everybody's involved. It's not just the WBC or, you know, the IBF. No, it's the WBA and the WBO, and it's a lot of different things. You know, the IBO as well. People forget about that belt, but it's going to take someone that holds that belt to make that belt worth holding. But as far as I understand, man, I think Tyson Fury, he should take this under consideration and understand, like, yeah, they're trying to bluff us with Oleksandr Usyk's side, but oh, wait a minute. Here's the WBA as well saying the same thing. Deadline. Okay? So we got to make the guy that you claim you want to fight but haven't signed the contract fight someone, because he's the unified champion. Something Tyson Fury knows very little about. He even beat Klitschko in taking those belts, but he never defended them, so it didn't really matter. The only belt that he's defended is the WBC, so he can hold on to that like a badge of honor. But at the end of the day, he has to start taking responsibility and doing the right thing. The WBA's already been informed that deal was going to take place. Yeah, Usyk took the 30, he took the 70, they backed off a bit. Now they're coming back because they've realized that Tyson Fury still hasn't signed the contract. However, Oleksandr Usyk has signed his portion and sent it back to Tyson Fury. So, I mean, if they're bickering over small stuff, it won't get done. But if they're bickering over small stuff intentionally, purposely, then they didn't want it to get done in the first place. They just wanted to save face and say, hey, they're not our fault because they wanted this, that, and the other. But everyone knows Tyson Fury ain't signed diddly squat yet. Okay, so this is where we're looking at with the WBA. We have two separate deadlines placed upon Tyson Fury. You guys tell me what you think about these deadlines. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.